Good Erev Shabbos. I hope you and your family are well. Now, this week's Torah portion of Shemini, we are introduced to the laws of what animals are kosher and not kosher for us to eat. Now, the reason why we have the dietary laws is ultimately because Hashem gave us these laws to keep, and we have to keep them. But there are many social and psychological and spiritual benefits for us for keeping these laws. First of all, it gives us a sense of identity. Also, whenever we consume food, we are always drawn to our God consciousness, thinking about Hashem and what Hashem wants for us. But there's a beautiful psychological insight which one of the Midrashim introduces to us regarding the laws of the kosher animals. And it says as follows, that we know that in order for an animal to be kosher, it has to have two signs, the split hoof, and it has to chew its cud. Now, why these two signs? So the Midrash reveals to us that these two signs are very important in terms of our psychological state. So the idea of chewing the cud, the sign of chewing the cud is about the past, literally bringing things up from the past. However, if we live a life only focused on the past, thinking about what happened, ruminating what happened, then that is not a kosher way of living. Similarly, the hoof is the idea of something which is pointing forward, which is towards the future. And again, a life where our mind is only focused on the future, what's going to be, is not a kosher way of living. However, in our way of eating, we have to have animals which have both signs, which is the idea of chewing the cud from the past, but also the split hoof, which is the future. In other words, we learn from the past, we have aspirations for the future, but we live in the present. And that is the most kosher way of living. So as the poem tells us, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. May Hashem bless us in our wonderful way of living to keep this kosher diet and to be able to learn from these laws, to be able to live a healthy life, both physically and spiritually. Shabbat Shalom.